Greetings and welcome to another Pinot Friday. My name is Hugo Martin and this is my colleague Harry Notaras.
Good afternoon, Hugo.
Afternoon, Harry. And we're both business brokers and registered business valuers at ABS Business Sales. This week, Harry and I have been looking at the role of AI, how it's sort of starting to dominate conversations and how things are being, people talking about how you improve productivity. And we were just wondering, can AI be the saviour of small business? What do you think, Harry?
Well, I think it'd be the saviour of much more than small business. It might be the saviour of us all.
Yeah,
in this great productivity slump that we're having in this country.
But if you look at a small business, say for example hospitality, which is where my background is, if you look at restaurants as a simple measure, you know, AI can be really useful in terms of menu planning. You know, going in there and taking and reading data and working out which particular dishes are selling the fastest, which have the highest margin. How do you menu plan and integrate the stock control and everything? This can all be done. You know, before it was all done manually. Now it can be done at a press of a button, utilizing AI. And it enables you to be much more receptive and quick in terms of decision making, which you have to be in small business. And also in terms of, you know, measuring staff performance, building rosters, and being able to analyze the breadth of hours when you have most people and most customers, and then being able to feed in to much more realistic and effective rostering, which is the cost of labour is one of the critical inputs into a small business. So that's one area I think it's really useful, and even things like using chatbots for booking and things like that. One Melbourne restaurant reckons they saved about they increased their direct bookings to the restaurant by about 25%, which means they didn't have to use other providers, and they saved on the commission they paid.
Yep.
So that's a big plus, and those sort of things can happen really quickly. Inventory forecasting, you know, being able to determine exactly when you need people, and also just marketing. You know, being able to target people specifically. Know when someone comes into a restaurant, you can measure where they sit, what they eat and everything else, and then you get that information and you can start targeting them with specials and things like that. So it enables you to be significantly more effective, and in a small business where costs can cripple you, that's a really powerful tool.
I think you deserve
that's just one simple example.
You deserve congratulations for highlighting those things, because you've obviously given it some thought.
I gave it some thought because, you know, I thought if I was back in the hospitality industry, how would I use it?
The way I've seen AI is more from a macroeconomic level, and that is, you know, we turned away from being a demand-constrained economy years ago. You know, when I was growing up learning economics in the 80s and 90s, etc., we were a demand-constrained economy, but now we're a supply-constrained economy.
That's right.
And AI is perfectly poised to fill the gap in covering up some of those constraints that we have in the supply side.
But how would you utilise that, say, in the building industry, where since COVID, it costs twice as much to build a house and it takes twice as long?
If I was in the building industry, I'd tell you, but I wouldn't have a clue.
I thought you might have
But there'd be a million ways,
genius, you know?
Because only a small part of the job of building a building, I believe, is actually getting out there and pouring cement.
Absolutely.
You know, the amount of organisation involved, dealing with licensing and staffing and etc.
Can you use AI to rationalise council and legislative decision making and highlight where the inconsistencies are and the madness of it sometimes, which is really frustrating.
That's the micro. That's the micro level again, and I agree. I totally agree. But what I see from the macro level, it has to compete with the ever-growing non-market sector. We have a smaller market sector now. It's been crowded out, and it needs the tools to be able to still be productive. It's constrained with respect to energy, it's constrained with respect to regulations and etc. that surround it. And AI is just another tool finally that lands in their lap that can help them take that battle back up and be more productive, because they've been hammered in the last generation or so.
Yeah.
All right. So I see it as critical, absolutely critical uptake of AI. But how it works in the microeconomy, I think you've probably given it much more thought than I have.
Also,
I've given it thought for my own.
But also, if you look at, we're going to have to spend a lot more money on defending ourselves moving into the future. I mean, AI would play a crucial role in helping us develop, cost-effective defence.
You can buy one less $2 million missile and do a lot of AI on those $1,000 drones to defend yourself.
Yeah, how do you do this? Exactly.
I don't know how you do, but someone in the defence, someone out there is already thinking about this.
But that's not small business. And we were talking about small business. But definitely, going back to the question, definitely AI can play a significant role.
I think the trick with small business is the person who runs that business, who has to do everything, also has to take the lead in the AI.
Correct.
And the trick, I believe, with the AI is don't try and make everything AI. Just grab something, do a little project, and implement it.
That's right.
Go and implement something as quick as you can, and then go and work on the next thing.
But educate yourself. Small business owners out there, you need to educate yourself in this.
You need to evolve in it. Don't start a revolution, just keep evolving.
Just keep evolving.
Yes, indeed.
And on that positive note, Harry, I think it's time for a glass of Pinot Noir.
What a fabulous idea.
Being Friday and being Pinot Friday. We've got another one from one of our favourite regions for Pinot Noir. It's Central Otago in New Zealand. It's a Nanny Goat Vineyard 2023 Pinot Noir.
220, which year was it?
223.
223.
We've had the 22 before, no, 20. Right. This is our first look at the 23.
We'll have the full deck soon.
So Central Otago is up there with one of the great Burgundy regions of the globe. Obviously France, Burgundy is number one, but this is...
You reckon it's the next one?
No, not pretty close. It's up there. Oh, look at the intensity of...
Lovely.
That is beautiful.
It smells like you've walked into a Zaharoplastia.
It is.
A Greek sweet shop.
I can smell juicy plums and cherries.
Yeah.
Oh, glorious. Oh, that is delicious. Oh,
they're coming up with the goods, aren't they?
It is coming up with the goods. It's got intense, dark fruit, cherry, hints of stemminess, bit of sort of forestry characters, bit of mushroom.
It's funny, the taste is different to the smell somehow.
Wow.
To the aroma.
Yeah, it's stunning. Now that would go sensationally well with a nice roasted quail filled with like a hazelnut stuffing, and then glazed in orange or something like that.
Hazelnut stuffing in quail. Oh,
with a gourmand sort of glaze to it.
Well, I can't match that.
Oh my God.
I'll go with that. That'd be nice.
Thanks for joining us. Thank you.
All the best.
What do you reckon, huh?
Hazelnut stuffing in quail. Hugo, I don't know how you come up with that, but it's genius.
Actually, a pizza on the way home will do, but...
That's nice.
But AI, I know it has the potential to do terrible things, but it's going to be our saviour in some ways.
I can't see how it's got the potential really to do terrible things over and above what we normally do terribly ourselves.
True.
It's going to be, by and large, it'll be a saviour.
Yeah, I totally agree.